In this particular video, we will be discussing regarding two topics. One is the array of pointers, and the next thing is the pointers and the strings. So, array of pointers in the sense. So, in our previous class, what we did was we used to declare like this. We used to declare one or two pointers for every program. We can declare multiple pointers also in an array. That is called as the array of pointers. So for declaring a array, what you used to do was you used to declare like this. Int a of 5 is nothing but a is the name of the array, which is of kind integer, and the size of the array is 5. So it will be like this: a of 0, a of 1, a of 2, a of 3, and then a of 4. Same way you can declare an array of pointers also. I will show you the example. So firstly what I will do is, int is the data type. For declaring the pointer, you will need to make use of the star operator or the pointer operator, followed by the name of the array. I will take the name of the array as 5i, and the size of the array is 5. Okay. Next what I will do is, I will declare some variables. Let us consider a is equal to 20, b is equal to 30, c is equal to 40, d is equal to 50, and e is equal to 60. Okay. Now what happens is, I can assign the address of these variables to this particular array. How to do in the sense? So ampersand I of 0 is equal to ampersand a, I of 1 is equal to ampersand b, I of 2 is nothing but ampersand c, I of 3 is equal to ampersand d, and I of 4 is equal to ampersand e. So what I am doing is, I am assigning the address of a to I of 0, I of 1 I am assigning the address of b, I am assigning the the address of c is assigned to I of c, and the address of d is assigned to the I of 3, and the address of e is assigned to I of 4. Next, if I give like this, star of I of 0, if I write, if I display this particular thing, what happens is, it will display the value of a, it is nothing but 20. Star of I of 1 is nothing but, it is storing the address of b, so the value of b is nothing but 30. So if I display star of I of 1 is nothing but, it is storing the address of b. If I am displaying star of I of 1, it will display the value of b, that is nothing but 30. If I display star of I of 2 is storing the address of c. So if I display this, it will be displaying the value of c, that is nothing but 40. And star of I of 3 is storing the address of d. If I display star of I of 3, it will display the value of d, it is nothing but 50. Same way, star of I of 4. So I of 4 is storing the address of e. If I write star of I of 4, it will display the value of e, that is nothing but 60. So this is how exactly we are implementing the concept of array of pointers. So array of pointers in the sense, you are declaring the multiple pointers, and for each and every element in the array, you are assigning the address of the variables. That is called as the array of pointers. Now let us move to our next topic, that is called as the kind of memory allocation. So this is an important topic. So I will be getting this particular concept for 2 marks. That is, what are the different kinds of memory allocations that are available. So there are totally 2 different kinds of memory allocations that are available. One is called as the static allocation, and another thing is called as the dynamic allocation. So the first kind of allocation is called as the static memory allocation, and the second kind of allocation is called as the dynamic memory allocation. So in the static allocation, what happens is, you are assigning the value before the execution of the program. You are assigning the value before the execution of the program. whereas in this particular case, you are assigning the memory during the allocation of the program. So in the static memory allocation, what happens is, if I am assigning a of 10, let us consider, if I am declaring int a of 10, what happens is, you are reserving exactly 20 bytes of memory, because integer occupies 2 bytes of memory. I am reserving 10 integer spaces, so the total memory here will be equal to 20, and this particular value does not change because it is a static memory allocation. Whereas in the dynamic memory allocation, what happens is, you are assigning the value during the execution of the program. That is, you can change the value, or else according to the requirement you can either increase or else you can decrease the size of the memory. In the static memory allocation, what happens is, it is permanent. In the static memory allocation, whatever the memory you are reserving, it will be permanently reserved for these variables. Whereas in the dynamic memory allocation, you will be making use of two operators. One is called as the new and another thing is called as the delete. So by making use of the new operator, you can reserve the memory or else you can allocate the memory. Whereas by making use of the delete operator, whatever the memory that is being assigned can be deleted or else it can be used for some other purpose. So that is the difference between the static memory allocation and then the dynamic memory allocation. So there are two different kinds of memory allocation. One is called as the static and another thing is called as the dynamic. In the static memory allocation, you are allocating the memory before the execution of the program. That is, while writing the program itself, you are you are deciding how much amount of memory is required. Only that much amount of memory is being allocated or else you are reserving it. Whereas in the dynamic memory allocation, what happens is, you will be assigning the memory or else you will be allocating the memory during the execution. That is, depending upon the requirement, either you can increase or else you can decrease the allocation in the dynamic memory allocation. The next thing is, in the static memory allocation, whatever the values or else whatever the variables you have declared, let us consider if you have declared int a is equal to 50. So a is a variable of kind integer. So what happens is, this memory for the variable a, you would have reserved some 2 bytes of memory. Okay, this 2 bytes of memory is being allocated to a permanently. Okay, that is the next difference between the static and then the dynamic allocation. So whereas in the dynamic memory allocation, what happens is, the memory is not allocated permanently. It can be either created or else by deleted by making use of the two functions. One is called as the new and another thing is called as the delete operator. New operator or the new function is used to allocate the memory, and delete operator or the delete function is used to deallocate the memory. The next thing is, in the static memory allocation, you will be making use of the stacks. You will be making use of the stacks function or the stack data structures for the static allocation, whereas in the dynamic memory allocation, we will be making use of the heap for the memory allocation or else for storage of the data in the dynamic memory allocation. So these are the difference between the static and then the dynamic memory allocations. If you have any doubts, you can just contact me. Thank you.